Hi there, it's Chris at Gardening Express here. I just thought today I'd show you how we treat our hydrangea plants at this time of the year. I've got a wonderful variety here, Verena Pink, and if you're buying a hydrangea at this time of year, you might need to see this so you know what to expect. And also if you've got some in your garden, you know, you can use these techniques to get the best results from your plants next year too. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, let's demystify the hydrangea. There's a few queries we get on the site about these plants. Now, one of them is these stems. This stem here, as you can see, has got lots of sort of spotting up of it. That is all perfectly normal and natural, but some people worry that is disease. That's not. Different varieties have different sort of levels of this. Some may be pure green, some can even be almost jet black in colour, but that's nothing to worry about. Stems mature, they will turn sort of brown like this towards the end of the year. In fact, if we left this on, this whole branch would turn brown by the end of winter and be all woody. But we're not going to do that because we want maximum flower power from these plants next year. We don't want a tall plant that's all flopping over with big heavy heads on it. We want it compact and bushy. So I'm going to show you what to do with that and how you get that result. So it is autumn now. It's been quite mild this year, so quite often we'd have had a really hard frost and these leaves would have all dropped or been black or whatever. So they're starting to discolour, the plants have slowed down their growth, they're just going yellow, the lower ones, and sort of falling for autumn. So now is a perfect time to prune these plants, ready for encouraging the flowers next year, and that's what I'm going to show you what to do next. So before I do any cuts down here, I'm going to explain what we're doing, why we're doing it. You'll end up almost like a hedgehog of sticks here, or the old branches from this season's growth. You can see, if you look in here, these ones that are left here that haven't sprouted out this year, or they're sprouted out lower down, that's last season's, and then this is all this season's growth. And we'll be cutting these off again, and then that will encourage all this fresh new growth. If you put these into a nice rich soil, keep them well watered, once we've done this pruning, it's very easy to achieve a plant 1.2 metres, maybe even 1.5 metres tall. You're going to end up with this sort of network frame of branches down here. You're going to have some of the old ones remaining, and then all this new season's growth here cut right back. So we'll start chopping. Right, so a lot of people will make a mistake on a hydrangea and they won't prune it hard enough. They'll prune it a lot higher up the plant. What you've got to think about is this plant has a certain amount of energy it can put into flower production. Every pair of buds is a potential flower. However, if you leave too many, it'll just make green growth and there won't be enough power in the plant to produce the flowers. So some people will cut sort of about here, but that's way too many sets of buds there. This plant, it may produce some flowers, but you're not going to maximise the flower production and get the really big heads because there's only a certain amount of root to feed all of these buds. So what we do is we cut them low. So you want to cut just above a set of buds, and these will slowly swell up over the winter time. And next spring, as soon as the weather breaks, these will shoot out. You can even go lower than this, to be honest with you, because down in here, there will be another pair of dormant buds that will come up. And this looks quite drastic to people, but this is how, you know, we will send the plants out in the winter time because it's best for the plants. They'll be cut above a set of buds. This is the proper way to do it. And here's a set, look, they're dormant at the moment, just in here. That's a bud there that will gradually swell out over the winter time. And come the spring, that will be growing into lovely fresh shoots. I'm just removing any sort of thin, weak growth. And then if there's thicker branches like this, I'm going to prune it literally just a centimetre or two above the set of buds. You can see those there. And that is going to encourage all your beautiful flowers next year. Here, these buds are dormant, they're sort of brown and small, but they will all spring into life and gradually, you know, they're also known as eyes. They're the eyes that hold the flowers. So we cut them low, and this is what makes the best flowering plants. We've sold these for many a year and tried and tested this formula of pruning, and well, you can see the result. All of this growth on this plant is this year's growth. So you've got really bushy plants with loads of flower production. Get these into the soil and they will absolutely take off and produce you an astronomical amount of flowers and shoots. So that is what you want to do. If you've got one of these from us, you've had a load of flower off it this year on the new shoots, then you want to prune it like this. They're just down to the ground once a year, and then I've got a huge bush erupting the following season, at least as big as this. Put it in the soil, could be 2 or 3 times that size in terms of the number of shoots it will push out, plenty of space, and then you're going to get big flower heads too. Feed and water it, and you're going to have a fantastic result. So hopefully that's cleared up for you, or demystified pruning the hydrangeas, what to expect if you receive one from us, and you can practice this in your own garden to get the best results and masses of flowers. Bit late in the year now, but I've even still got one. So I think I'm going to go and give that to my wife and put it in a vase. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.